You'd better get your tea, popcorn, and seatbelts, because what I'm about to tell you is not for the faint-hearted. Did Spice just reveal Bambi's dirty little secret in front of the entire cast? Did someone say release footage of Bambi interacting with Spice while he's partially naked in a nail salon? Oh, sweetie, this isn't all drama. This is a Category 5 hurricane that smashed through the set like it was shot on the Zeus network and produced by Jerry Springer's Ghost. Now imagine this. You are at a calm retreat. Sage is burning. Healing crystals are shimmering. Phony friendships are just holding on. And then Spice launches a nuclear bomb that makes reunion fights look like a Sunday picnic. Bambi attempted to appear innocent, but Spice, oh, she showed up with receipts, screenshots, timestamps, and a whole freaking video, which shook the set harder than Carly Red's face during a lie detector test. So what really happened? Who was exposed? Also, why are we? Are you only now noticing the chaos? Let's get it unpacked. Buckle up. It's about to become real. Let us not pretend we didn't see this coming, because peace is never guaranteed when Spice is present. And when Bambi is involved, you can guarantee that time is up. Now, before we get into the volcanic explosion that occurred on set, let's take a step back and remember who we're dealing with. Spice Dance Hall Queen becomes reality TV fire starter. This woman has built a living out of flipping wigs and tables. And baby, she doesn't miss. You came for her. You'd best be ready to grab hands and headlines. And Bambi, let's just say, Bambi's relationship history with men is messier than a love and hip-hop reunion buffet table. Married 1 minute and sly the next. She has been in more love triangles than a geometry textbook. So, when these two end up on the same therapeutic retreat, it's safe to say that healing was the last thing anyone got. Whoever came up with the notion to put these two in the same location deserves a raise or a jail sentence. Now, this is where things transition from messy to girl. Call security. The gossip in the glam room was that Bambi had been secretly talking with SpixX, a man whose name we will not even mention because this story is not about him. It is about what Bambi reportedly did to him. The tea first. It was only whispers. You know, small conversation. Spice dismissed it as mere gossip. She was a harmless shade until she came into contact with something from which no reality star can ever recover. The footage. Not just any footage. We're talking Bambi at a nail salon, giggling on FaceTime with SpixX while shirtless. He's lounging shirtless and chewing his lip. Yes, that is the type of time spent on facets, not just friend or coworker behavior. This was an intimate setting. To make matters worse, this happened months ago. Bambi was beaming in Spice's direction, as if they were best friends on set. Start the countdown. Because Spice did not arrive to play D initially, she kept things quiet. She grabbed onto that footage as if it were nuclear code. You could see it in her face during the group scenes, the sideways glances, the silent judgments, the micro-expressions that indicated, I have something that will destroy your entire storyline. And then it happened. On day 3 of the retreat, while the producers were preparing a Klitsch D group healing circle, Spice stood up, took out her phone, and played the video in front of everyone. There is no warning or context, only sheer pandemonium. The room went completely silent. Bambi's jaw hit the floor. Everyone froze. The screen depicted exactly what Spice promised. Bambi flirting with Spice's ex as if it were a rom-com audition. Gasps and shouts rang out as a few cast members grasped their pearls. One assistant allegedly fled out of the entire room was crying. Bambi attempted to deny it at first. That doesn't look right, girl. It appeared to be everything it should not have looked like. Spice did not even raise her voice. She just stood there, calm and lethal, as if she had practiced this in front of a mirror 20 times. She said, "This is who you defend. This is the friend y'all always pick up for." Then she sat down like she just earned a Grammy for the cutest performance in a reality TV show. Let's not forget about the people in the room. Some tried to seem neutral, but their looks spoke a different message. One castmate practically mouthed, "She's dead wrong." Another continued to mumble, I told you something was wrong." Oh, but Bambi was not going out quietly. After the initial shock, she flipped. She stood up, got in Spice's face, and began saying, "You have always been." Spice remained calm, smirking as if she had anticipated this outburst. She struck her with jealousy. Over what? You don't even have a place to hide in when scandals hit. The room erupted. someone knocked over a chair. Another castmate cried, "Y'all need to chill." However, chill was nowhere in the building. Wait, another video? This concludes section 1. In this video, we're looking into the turmoil that ensued after the leaked footage, the backstage responses, and how this so-called retreat evolved into reality TV's biggest ambush since the table flip that shook the world. Do you believe it can't get much worse? Oh, trust me, this was only the pre-Ash show. So let's pick up where we left off. The air was dense, the vibes were lethal, and the so-called therapeutic retreat had transformed into a full-fledged emotional crime scene. Spice had just shown everyone a leaked FaceTime video of Bambi talking to her shirtless ex, grinning like a schoolgirl at recess. The remainder of the cast sat there, looking as if they had just seen a ghost. However, if you thought that was the main twist, you might want to hold your wig, because shortly after the bomb went off, another cast member came up and stated, "If we air videos, I got something too." Now listen, everyone was genuinely saying, "Oh," like it was a high school cafeteria and somebody just slapped a tray. The cameras pan. Bambi's face is frozen, Spice's arms folded carelessly. The remainder of the room was captivated to the drama, as if it were the final episode of a television show. The castmate, who we'll call T, took out her phone, clicked a few keys, and a second video began playing right there in the circle. This one didn't show Bambi with Spice's ex, but it did show Bambi telling someone on the speaker that she doesn't owe Spice anything. That man was fair game. Okay, fair enough. So now we admit it. The room exploded. Everyone stood up. One of the stylists yelled, "You claimed you were innocent." Bambi attempted to grasp and steal the phone, but it was too late. The damage had already been done. The words were out there, and they were unpleasant. Let's take a moment to properly break this down. This was more than a betrayal of friendship. This was betrayal on national television in high definition, with reruns. Bambi attempted to play even though we didn't have a close card. It wasn't a very deep excuse, but you cannot be performing confessionals. Spice may be referred to as your sister one week and her man the next. The hypocrisy was apparent. The treachery reverberated over social media. Oh, they were devouring this because as soon as when this footage aired, the timeline caught fire. Twitter was a chaos. One user commented, "Bambi really tried to pull a sneaky link on national TV like nobody would find out. Girl, this ain't 2007 MySpace. There are cameras." Another user claimed Spice had an entire trap card ready. She had completely reversed the retreat and Instagram chili. The comments section was filled with popcorn emojis and Team Spice hashtags. But let's go behind the scenes, because while the cameras captured the explosion, they didn't show how the producers went into complete panic mode. Apparently, once the second video was released, security was put on standby in case things got physical. One source from production, who we'll call Q, said, "We knew there'd be drama. That's why we cast them. But we didn't expect 2 leaked videos and an entire betrayal timeline to drop in one day. We were scrambling." That was true. But now network executives were also panicking out. Why? Because leaking footage equals a potential lawsuit, which equals damage control. Meanwhile, Spice remained as cool as ever. She sat back smug, sipping her drink, and reportedly told producers, "I ain't even get to the real tea yet." Wait, you mean there's more? Meanwhile, Bambi rushed off set. She went to her room and began ranting at the producers. Off camera, she threatened to leave the show and accused them of setting her up. But let's be honest here. Was it a setup, or simply karma catching up on camera? The public reaction was quick and nasty. Bloggers grabbed it up right away. The Shade Room shared a video with the description, "Spice drops receipts and Bambi catches fire." The retreat devolved into a reunion-level brawl. Hollywood Unlocked was not far behind. Alleged FaceTime affair between Bambi Spick's ex has been exposed. Things were physical on set. Meanwhile, fans were pulling up earlier episodes, searching through every former instance where Bambi and Spice hugged, leaving captions with, "Meanwhile, sis was plotting." The call was coming from within the home. Then came the fake insiders. You know, the people who claim to work with VH1 or to know the truth. According to one report, Bambi and Spice's ex had been chatting for months, and he was even expected to make a cameo this season until the drama erupted. Another poster stated, production knew about the video weeks ago, but waited until the retreat to let Spice drop it. This was a plan set up for ratings, whether that's true or not. The narrative was already out there. The internet had made up its decision, and they named Spice the undisputed queen of receipts. But let's pause for a moment. What made this situation? Boy, if you don't get down and deactivate that account. Here's an unexpected twist. Someone from Bambi's side claimed the whole episode was manipulated to make her appear terrible, that Spice was envious of her relationship with the network. Yes, because being flirting FaceTime calls with someone's ex are such a powerful move, right? So now we've reached a stage where the audience is divided. Half of the internet is dragging Bambi through hell and back. The other half tries to spin conspiracy beliefs that the producers set her up. And just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, the network announces a surprise cast gathering on television to address and settle problems. And let's simply recap what transpired at that meeting. But no, it did not end there. According to another insider, Spice was more than just outraged about the affair. She was outraged because she believed Bambi had betrayed a sisterhood. Yep, the same woman who had previously sat across from her, who had sobbed over men, shared wigs and wine, and spilled beans about trivial exes, was now supposedly messing around with her trivial ex behind the scenes. Phew. Spice reportedly summoned an emergency meeting with production and ordered that footage captured by on-set surveillance cameras. When she got it, she allegedly took out her phone, captured the security footage, and immediately sent it to group chat. Talk about petty icon behavior. And the best thing is that it is supposedly the same video that is currently going viral on social media. One member of the Love and Hip Hop crew said, "She ain't even blink." She continued, "Let them all see what type of serpent she is, Bambi." While Spice was exposing receipts, guess who was performing damage control? Yes, Bambi. According to sources, she tried to play We Were on a Break. You're all familiar with the one Ross Geller tried in Friends. But honey, this isn't the 90s sitcom world. This is reality television, and every move is analyzed via thousands of lenses and a million Instagram tales. Allegedly, Bambi hit up production privately and requested that the complete tape not be aired. She stated there was a misunderstanding, that the angle appeared worse than it was, and that she had no idea Spice still had love for her ex. But that's when production dropped the bombshell. It was not the first time. Yep. This man had been lurking about the set for weeks, and Bambi had been meeting him on the sly, even taking off her microphone during toilet breaks to avoid being detected. Oh, you cannot make this up. Even if we did, it's simply too fantastic. The internet is currently losing its mind. #Spice vs. Bambi began trending across platforms. Fan pages went into overdrive, and conspiracy theories began to fly. Some fans believe Bambi dated the ex to exact revenge after Spice criticized her music career last season. Others believe it is all a setup by production to improve viewership. But if it is, these individuals deserve an Emmy and a Pulitzer in the same time. As if things weren't chaotic enough, another unexpected twist rocked the streets. A hairstylist who supposedly works with both Spice and Bambi stated in a since-deleted Instagram live that Bambi and her boyfriend had been hooking up for months, even before Spice returned to the show. Sis claims she had seen the X show up in a black Escalade more times than Amazon Prime. Meanwhile, the ex is embracing the attention. According to sources, he has been reaching out to blogs in an attempt to clear his name. He genuinely wants to get cast in the next season. According to one insider, he believes he is the next Safari. He's talking about releasing a mixtape. Sir, sit down. And you would think production would prefer to conceal all of this. Nah, we're talking about Love and Hip Hop. Apparently Mona and the team are overjoyed. They've already planned a 2-part reunion program called Lies, Love, and Leaked Footage. Allegedly, they intend to bring Spice, Bambi, and the EX took the stage together, and the cameras rolled. Chilly. This is not a reunion. It's a cage match including hair extensions. Let's not forget about the other cast members in this mess. Erika Kamina purportedly she rushed off set after being lured into a side chat in which someone accused her of knowing everything. Yandy is reported to have told production, "This is why I don't trust any of these gals." Even Scrappy, who's always getting embroiled in the turmoil, posted a post on Instagram saying, "Pleased I dodged the bullet, sir. You sure about that?" Legal teams have supposedly been called in not for defamation, but for contract violations. See, if Bambi was sneaking someone onto the set without permission and interfering with the production schedule, that's grounds for a breach. And guess what? She might lose her check. That's karma with a camera lens. As for Spice, she's back in her blue wig, walking through the drama like a Caribbean hurricane. She has been uploading fan edits of the scandal and sharing cryptic Instagram stories with lines like, "Watch your friends more than your enemies," and apparently filming new confessionals with all the smoke. She told